Okay, what's going on, everyone? Representing USA, Canada, International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregory, the YouTuber, creator, host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And you're rocking and hanging with me on the 93rd episode of Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast, the show about music artists, rappers, singers, hip hop artists, groups, TV shows, movies, games, you just name it. I reviewed them all, pretty much though. Now, in case you're wondering, happy Halloween to everybody right now. That's why I was playing the Halloween sound effects right there. It's today's Halloween. And I hope every single one of y'all had a great Halloween weekend. And I know everybody's at the Halloween parade at the moment and all that stuff, which I actually discussed in my other platform previously. Um, so yeah. So if you're at the parade, be careful out there and be safe. You know what I'm saying? And also be careful out there while you're trick or treating with your kids, getting candy and all that other stuff. Fancy costumes from Party City or wherever you get your costumes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yes, all right. So check this out. We're live and direct from StreamYard and YouTube, and alongside with myself is the Instagram live feed of the podcast show page. Make sure you turn on your notifications on the Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast show page, so you can be in the know on when each episodes are going to be dropping, um, and all that great stuff right there. If you're new to the channel, new listener, new viewer, new listener, welcome to the show. And if you missed any new and previous episodes whatsoever, please feel free to do some catching up and grab that subscribe button on the Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast YouTube channel page. Tap that noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. Plus, leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and and the reviewable topics that's going to be discussed and reviewed. And of course, more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Now everything is uploaded to the YouTube channel page, so you don't have to worry about missing out on everything. Everything is uploaded to the YouTube channel page. So and for the most part, um be sure to share the videos, the episodes, download these episodes, and be sure to actually do the best you can to spread the word to friends of yours and all that great stuff right there. And now we're gonna get into a little thing that I like to. We're gonna get into a little thing right here, and the first segment right here is the music Kool-Aid segment right here. So be sure you grab your drinks, your water, your mimosas, your Gatorades, all that great stuff, and take a sip of this music Kool-Aid right here. Okay, today's episode we're going to be reviewing music artists. Like this one is a new group called Silk Sonic, alongside with Jerimih's music discography, along with some TV shows, a little bit of a movie, and all the other stuff right there. And of course, figure out why the Arrowverse actually disappeared. So let's get to the music section first. Okay. Silk Sonic is an American musical super duo composed by musicians Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. The duo released their debut single "Leave the Door Open" in March 2021. They later released "Skate" in July 2021, followed by um, third single "Smoking Out the Window" and their debut album "An Evening with Silk Sonic" in November 2021. The album peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200, while the first 3 singles reached the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100, with "Leave the Door Open" spending 18 weeks in the top 10 and 2 consecutive weeks at the top spot. The song later won 4 Grammy Awards, including Record of the Year and Song of the Year. Okay, now let's see. So history. In 2017, Anderson .Paak was the opening act for Bruno Mars on the European leg of the 24K Magic World Tour. In April, Mars and .Paak worked together at Abbey Road Studios in London with Nile Rodgers and Guy Lawrence for Chic's album "It's About Time," and worked on music while on tour that appeared on Pac's album Ventura. The duo was formed in 2017 by Mars and Pac as a joke the two friends hatched on the road. On February 26, 2021, Mars announced that he and Pac had formed a band, saying Silk Sonic locked in and made an album. In a press release, they said Bootsy Collins named the band after he heard the album. "Leave the Door Open," the band's debut album's lead single, was released on March 5th, along with the intro song hosted by Collins. The band made its television debut at the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards, performing the single alongside a tribute to Little Richard, consisting of "Long, Tall Sally" and "Good Golly Miss Holly." "Leave the Door Open" was performed again at the 2021 iHeartRadio Music Awards, with a similar aesthetic. The duo won Best Group at the BET Awards 2021. At the same ceremony, it performed "Leave the Door Open" again alongside teasers of its forthcoming releases. On July 28th, Mars announced that Silk Sonic would host a summertime jam 2 days later. This event turned out to mark the release of another single, "Skate," which was released on July 30th alongside an accompanying video. All right. And on October 8th, Mars, um, Mars's 36th birthday, the band announced that the album's release had been pushed ahead to November the 12th. On November 1st, Silk Sonic announced that its third single, "Smoking Out the Window," would be released on the 5th, a week before the album's launch. On November 12th, "An Evening with Silk Sonic" was released. On November 21st, "Smoking Out the Window" was performed as the opening act of the American Music Awards of 2021, where the duo also won Favorite Song R&B. On January 19, 2022, it was announced that the duo will host a residency concert series at the Park MGM in Las Vegas. On February 3rd, they were announced to also make an appearance in Fortnite. On February 14th, the duo released a cover of Con Funk Shun's Love's Train, which was later released as a single in Italy, making it the group's fourth single. On April 21st, 2022, Billboard reported that "Love Trains" was the album's fourth single, with no official date of release in the United States, after "Last Night" was released as the next single on July 5th, 2022. Musical style. Silk Sonic's musical style has been described as R&B, soul, funk, pop, smooth soul, and funk pop. Its sound has also been described as disco inspired. Of an evening with Silk Sonic sound, the Ringer wrote, though styled as a 1960s to 70s retro endeavor, Silk Sonic isn't a work of nostalgia, but rather a fusion of funk, rap, and R&B as they've sounded in heavy rotation as recently in as the 2000s. Sputnik Music called the album rich and authentic, existing at the irresistible intersection between 70s funk nostalgia and luxuries of a modern day studio. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay. As a result, an evening with Silsonic lives up to its billing as a true experience. It's sexy, ever so smooth, and radiates. Okay. Yeah. Now we have a discography, of course. Which is only their first album actually. So, um, an evening with Silk Sonic, of course, in the U.S. Is it's like chart positions. So 2 in the U.S., 1 in the U.S. R&B, 4 in Australia, 3 in Canada, 5 in Ireland, and 4 in what is it? Um, 4 in NLD. I'm not sure what the pronunciation is. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. This is Netherlands. Yes, Netherlands. Yes, Netherlands. Um, New Zealand. Switzerland. Okay, New. Hold on. Netherlands is 4. New Zealand 3. Switzerland 5, and UK is 9. So, um, so it went platinum by the RIAA, BPI, silver, MC, gold, and RMNZ is gold. Now let me just get into what BPI stands for too. So this stands for the British Phonographic Industry, and the other one stands for, if I can get it, the other one stands for Recorded Music. Yeah, Recording Industry, Recorded Music New Zealand. That's what it stands for. Okay, so there it is. All right, the singles. Leave the door open. U.S. is 1. U.S. R&B 1. Australia 10. Canada 9. Ireland 18. Netherlands 13. New Zealand 1. Switzerland 23. UK 20. Um, and this one right here, hold on a minute. This one right here is what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Not sure what the okay, I'm not sure what this is, but anyway, 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 I'm not sure what that stands for anyway. But all right, so let's go on to skate. US is 14, US R&B is 4, 32 Australia, Canada 19, Ireland 48, Netherlands 61, New Zealand 12, Switzerland 74, UK 45, WW 18. Smoking Out the Window, 5, 2, 8, 10, 11, 31, 4, 92, 12, and 12. Um, Now for Love's Train, 47, and the rest is just um to be determined. After last night, 68, 17, 92, and 78. Promotional singles, let's see. Promotional singles, peak chart position, Silk Sonic intro. US is 14, US R&B 48, New Zealand 34, WW 176. Um, okay, so peak chart positions. Fly as Me, 81 for US R&B 23, Canada 93, Ireland 51, New Netherlands 75, New Zealand 9, 49 UK, WW 92. Put a smile, put a smile, 78 for US R&B 22, New Zealand 10, and WW 103. 777 35 for US R&B and WWW 132. Blast Off 73 US 20 US R&B, Canada 95, and WW 74. Now we go to the awards and nominations. So, American Music Awards, favorite duo or group pop, Silk Sonic, um, got a nomination for favorite duo or group pop, and also Leave the Door Open also got a nomination for favorite music video, and of course, it won for favorite song R&B. Um, the other two, which is favorite R&B album, favorite R&B song, um, is pending, so that's to be determined. So Sonic won for best group. Video of the year, um, Leave the Door Open for video of the year, and Viewers Choice Award got a nomination for the BET Awards right here. So Sonic won for best group. Smoking Out the Window won for video of the year, and album of the year, An Evening with Silk Sonic. So Silk Sonic got a nomination for top duo and group, and top R&B artist. Um, and that's for the Billboard Music Awards. An Evening with Silk Sonic got a nomination for top R&B album, and Leave the Door Open won for top R&B song. Um, Silk Sonic also won for International Group of the Year, and Leave the Door Open also won for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best R&B Performance, and Best R&B Song. And of course, that's the Grammys. Now we go to the iHeart Music Awards, iHeart Radio Music Awards. Leave the Door Open got a nomination for Song of the Year. Silk Sonic won for Best Duo Group of the Year. An Evening with Silk Sonic won for R&B Album of the Year. Leave the Door Open also won for R&B Song of the Year. And of course, Silk Sonic got a nomination for R&B Artist of the Year. Leave the Door Open got a nomination for Best Lyrics and Best Music Video. And the MTV Europe Music Awards, Silk Sonic, Leave the Door Open, Silk Sonic got nominations for Best Group, Best Collaboration, Best Group. MTV Video Music Awards, we go to now, which is so Leave the Door Open got a nomination for Song of the Year. It also won for Best R&B, Best Editing, Song of the Year, Best R&B, Best Editing. And we go to the Soul Train Music Awards. Lead the Door Open won for Song of the Year, the Ashford and Simpson, and of course, Songwriters Award and Video of the Year. So there you have it right there. Um, so sales figures for albums. Well, actually, I'm not even gonna. Well, actually, I'm not gonna read that one. Anyway, the next music artist we're gonna review today is Jerimih. So, all right. So Jeremy Philip Felton, born July 17th, 1987, known professionally as Jerimih, is an American singer and a record producer. In 2009, he signed a record deal with Def Jam Recordings. Jerimih's commercial debut, Birthday Sex, peaked at number 4 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart, leading his self-titled debut album released in June that year, reaching number 6 on the Billboard on the U.S. Billboard 200 chart. 200 chart. Um, Jerimih's success continued with the release of his second album, All About You, led by the single "Down on Me" featuring 50 Cent, which also reached the top 5 of the Billboard Hot 100 in 2014. His single "Don't Tell 'Em" featuring YG became his third top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100. The song became the lead single for his third studio album, Late Nights, released in December 2015, a collaborative album between Jerimih and California singer Ty Dolla $ign titled My Ty was released in 2018. Um, okay, early life. Born in Chicago, Illinois, Jerimih began playing drums at the age of 3 and is able to play the saxophone, several percussion instruments, and piano keyboards. He attended Morgan Park High School, where he was part of the marching band as well as a Latin jazz band. He also learned to, to play percussion instruments like congas and tabales. Felton was a good student and earned academic honors at Morgan Park High School. His strong academic performance enabled him to graduate from high school a year early. He enrolled at the University of Illinois and Parkland College in Urbana-Champaign. Um, After spending a semester at the university studying engineering, he wanted to change his education to something related to music. He transferred to Columbia College, Chicago in 2007 to pursue a degree in music business. After performing a tribute to Ray Charles at one of the campus's talent shows, he received positive feedback and realized his vocal ability, saying that the music was just taking over. Um, all right, so from 2009 to 2011, while attending while attending Columbia College Chicago, Jerimih collaborated with record producer Mick Schultz. Together, they recorded a song titled "My Ride." Jerimih received guidance from his cousin Day 26 group member Willie Taylor. In February 2009, Jerimih met with Def Jam's CEO Russell Simmons and Executive Vice President of A&R Karen Kawak. Um, After performing for the two um, Jerimih signed um, a record a recording contract with Def Jam that same day. Um, in 2009, Jerimih released his single "Birthday Sex." The song later peaked at number 4 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. In June 2009, Jeremiah released his eponymous self-titled debut studio album, Jerimih. The album debuted at number 6 on the Billboard US Billboard 200, selling 59,000 copies in its first week. In promotion of the album, Jeremiah took part in America's Most Wanted tour alongside Lil Wayne, Young Jeezy, and Soldier Boy. Tell him. The second single, I'm a Star, Everywhere We Are, peaked at number 51 on the Billboard Hot 100. In August 2009, Jeremiah was selected by Ron Huberman and Mayor Richard M. Daley of the Chicago Public Schools to campaign children to return to school. Community activists protested and demanded CPS to undo their decision, claiming that Jeremiah's music was not appropriate for students and promotes teen sex. Huberman argued that school officials would be naive to pretend students don't listen to Felton's music already. Daley also argued that recording artists have the freedom of speech. Hold on a minute. Let me just say something about the whole freedom of speech thing. Freedom of speech is not free. It's not free. You feel what I'm saying, folks? I get that. You're entitled to your creative freedoms and stuff, but freedom of speech also comes with limitations. You feel what I'm saying? It also comes with limitations, and just because you have freedom of speech, sometimes it doesn't mean that you are free from consequences. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put it out there, actually, that freedom of speech and freedom ain't free. It's not free. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put it out there, folks, so you get an idea. Um, yes. So yes, freedom of speech, noting that Jeremiah was a young man with a back to school message, a young man who has had great success recording, producer, going to school, to public school. Um, in September 2009, Jeremiah performed on ABC daytime soap opera One Life to Live alongside recording artist Lionel Richie. The two performed Just Go, a song from Richie's album with the same title. On June 1st, 2010, Jeremiah released the first single for his second studio album, All About You, titled I Like, featuring Ludacris. Down on Me, featuring rapper 50 Cent, was confirmed to be the second single from the album. Down on Me charted on the number one position for 8 weeks total on Rhythmic Billboard chart. All About You was released on September 28th, 2010. The following year, Jeremiah and Rick Ross were featured on the song, which was performed by Wale, titled That Way, from the compilation album Self Made Volume 1. From 2012 to 2015, Late Nights. Um, in December 2011, Jeremiah had been working on his third studio album, which was originally titled Dumpy Johnson. Oh shit! He announced plans from a summer 2012 release under Def Jam. However, the album was not released. Instead, Jeremiah released his first mixtape titled Late Nights with Jeremiah on August 7th, 2012. On November 5th, 2014, Jeremiah and members of his crew were involved in an incident at the Fuddruckers restaurant in Billings, what is it? Massachusetts, I believe. Yeah, Massachusetts, in which Jeremiah's associates allegedly hassled a young female restaurant employee and a manager for discriminating against them. Members of Jeremiah's crew responded to the alleged racism by taking over the restaurant's microphone, throwing beer onto employees, and allegedly throwing a glass beer bottle into the kitchen, getting broken glass into the fryer, and forcing the restaurant temp to close temporarily. The Billings Police Department sought but never issued arrest warrants in response to the incident. Surveillance footage of the altercation was published by TMZ, and the concert promoter for Jerimih's Billings um, performance offered refunds to audience members and renounced the actions taken by Jerimih and his crew. All the Time is a song which originally appeared on his mixtape Late Nights with Jerimih, but was re-released with an additional verse by rapper Lil Wayne as a single. The song was released on April 16, 2013 as a digital download. On July 17, 2014, Jerimih formally released his collaborative EP No More um, with Shlomo through his Twitter account. Um, the first single off Jerimih's third studio album, of course, retitled Late Nights, the album, Don't Tell 'em, featuring YG, was released on June 6, 2014. The second single, Planes, featuring J. Cole, was released on January 22nd, 2015. The first promotional single, Tonight Belongs to You, featuring Flow Rider, was released on April 21st, 2015. The third single, Ooey, was uh, released on October 30th, 2015. The second promotional single, Royalty, featuring Big Sean and Future, was released October 29th, 2015. The third promotional single, Peace Sign, featuring Fabulous and Red Cafe, was released November 18th, 2015. The fourth single, Past That, was released December 1st, 2015. On December 4th, Jerimih finally released the album to critical acclaim. To promote the album, Jerimih embarked on his Late Nights Uncut tour. From 2016 to the present, My Tai, um, on February 7th, 2016, Jerimih revealed his fourth studio album will be called Later That Night in an interview with Billboard. In the same interview, he mentioned he had been recently writing songs for Kanye West and Nicki Minaj. In the summer of 2016, Jerimih headlined his first European tour. In July 2016, Jerimih released his second single called Late Nights Europe, which he recorded while on tour overseas. He stated that he was 90% done with his upcoming album later that night that would complete his late night series. In June 2016, Jeremiah announced a joint album with Party Next Door titled Late Night Party, which he said would be released before later that night. Following this announcement, the two artists headlined a joint tour called Summer's Over Tour, scheduled for November and December 2016. In the last week of the tour, it was announced that Jeremiah would removed from the tour. The decision came after Jeremiah left the stage mid-performance in Chicago, sent a body double to perform in Houston, and criticized Party Next Door on stage in Dallas. A few months later, Jeremiah stated that there were arguments between the two artists teams, but he had no ill will towards Party Next Door. On Cinco de Mayo 2017, Jeremiah released an EP, Cinco de Mayo, which he had written and recorded in 24 hours. In March 2018, Jeremiah released an EP titled The Chocolate Box. Pitchfork stated, when his pockets are well considered or made with hyper focused collaborators, he can be the most enchanting man in the room, but called one of the four tracks awkward and bored. On June 8th, 2018, Jeremiah and Ty Dolla Sign released the Light as the lead single from the collaboration album My Tai. The 11-track album was released on October 26th, 2018, which features guest appearance from Chris Brown, French Montana, and Wiz Khalifa. In July 2018, Jeremiah announced a joint tour with singer Tiana Taylor called Later That Night. The tour dates were from August 3rd through September 8th in the United States. On August 15th, Tiana tweeted that she would be leaving the tour due to mistreatment from Jerimih. In 2019, Jerimih was featured in Chantel Jeffries' song and music video Chase the Summer. In March 2020, Jerimih was featured on the remix for Baby Girl by Bryce Vine. On May 3rd, 2021, DJ Khaled released a music video for his song Thankful from his album Khaled Khaled featuring Jerimih and Lil Wayne. Jerimih cited Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, and R. Kelly as his biggest influences. He described their music as timeless, calling them true musician artists. With the release of his debut album, Andy Kellman of AllMusic compared Jerimih's vocals to Slim of 112 and Raphael Sadiq, noting that his charmingly sly voice is hard to not like. In contrast, Ken um, Capobianco of the Boston Globe felt that Jerimih's voice was thin, showing little range. Jody Rosen expressed that Jerimih has a way with tunes and hooks. He received comparisons to The Dream, R. Kelly, and Stevie Wonder. So yeah. Now we go to awards and nominations. So Mobile Awards, which stands for the Music of Black Origin Awards, is an award ceremony established in 1995 by Kanye King. And Jeremiah got a nomination for Best R&B Soul Act. The American Music Awards, he got a nomination for T-Mobile R&B Breakout Artist. Grammy Awards for Planes with J. Cole, Best R&B Performance. So NAACP, um, um, an, an NAACP Image Award is an accolade presented by the American National Association for the Advancement of Colored People to honor outstanding people of color in film, television, music, and literature. Jeremiah got a nomination for Outstanding New Artist. Chicago Music Awards is an annual awards ceremony for music artists, professionals to get recognized for their talents and hard work. Um, Ephraim Martin, CMA president, is the founder. Of course, Jeremiah won the awards for Best New Entertainer of the Year, Songwriter of the Year, R&B Entertainer of the Year, and Best Male Vocalist of the Year. And also to the Billboard Music Awards, Jeremiah got a nomination for Top R&B Song, Down on Me, and Top R&B Song, Don't Tell 'Em. The iHeartRadio Music Awards, he won the award for Hip Hop R&B Song of the Year. So there you have it right there, folks. Now we are gonna go into. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I want to actually. Hold on a minute here. Hold on a minute here, folks. Okay, I know what to do. Okay, now we're gonna go to our next segment, and this one in particular, I didn't get a chance to review this. It's called the Peanuts movie. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get into that right now under the Chillax Man Cave Popcorn Lounge. So let's do this. So the Peanuts movie, known in some countries as Snoopy and Charlie Brown, a Peanuts movie, is a 2015 American computer animated comedy film based on Charles M. Schultz's comic strip Peanuts, produced by Blue Sky Studios and distributed by 20th Century Fox. It is the fifth full-length Peanuts film and the first in 35 years. The film is directed by Steve Martino from a screenplay by Craig and Brian Schultz, Schultz's son and grandson, respectively, and Cornelius um, Giuliano, and stars the voices of Noah Schnapp as Charlie Brown and via archival recordings Bill Melendez as Snoopy and Woodstock. The film sees Charlie Brown trying to prove his odds with the little red haired girl, while Snoopy writes a book where he is a World War I flying ace trying to save his fellow pilot and love interest Fifi from the Red Baron and his flying circus. Um, okay, so the cast is Noah Schnapp, Hadley Bell Miller, Marielle Sheets, Alex Garfin, Francesca um, Angelucci, Capaldi, Troy Trombone Shorty, Andrews. Oh man, Kristen Chenoweth and Bill Melendez. So there you have it. These are the cast. So, the development of the film began in 2006, 6 years after the death of Charles Schultz and the final release of the last Peanuts comic strip. Craig Schultz, the son of Charles, pitched a film idea to his son, Brian Schultz. 20th Century Fox and Blue Sky Studios announced development of a computer animated film in October 2012, with Steve Martino directing due to his faithfulness to the style of Dr. Seuss in the film. Horton Hears a Who, 2008, also produced by Blue Sky. Numerous elements from the comic strip were featured in the film, such as Charlie Brown's skating pond, his house, the wall, and Lucy's psychiatrist booth, as well as the Snoopy and Woodstock voice tracks from Bill Melendez. The soundtrack was composed by Christopher Beck with contributions by Megan Trainor and David Benoit. The Peanuts movie premiered in New York City in November 1st, 2015, and was released in the United States 5 days later. It grossed $246 million worldwide against a $99 million budget to become the seventh highest grossing animated film in 2015. Wow, that sounds very impressive. The film was met with generally positive reviews from critics, with praise for the animation, voice acting, faithfulness to the source material. It received nominations for the Annie Award for Best Animated Feature, the Critics' Choice Award, um, the Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Animated Feature, and was the first Blue Sky Studios film to be nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Best Animated Feature Film, but lost to Inside Out. Okay, all right, so let's get into the yeah, I already discussed that already, the production part. Now, here's the reception. The Peanuts movie grossed $130.2 million in North America and $116 million in other territories for a worldwide total of $246.2 million. The film grossed $12.1 million on its opening day, earning a total of $44 million for the weekend, with 27% of the gross coming from 3D screenings, finishing second at the box office behind Spectre, $70.4 million. Yeah, second place is not bad, folks. So don't get it twisted. Um, Outside North America, the film opened in the same week as the U.S. and grossed $4.56 million from 12 markets. China included $2.76 million, and Italy $1.16 million delivered the biggest openings. Um, After 3 weekends, it opened a total of 49 markets, where it had the second biggest opening of 2015 in Mexico, $3.1 million, and debuted in the UK, which is United Kingdom, um, Ireland, and Malta at number two with $5.5 million, um, including previews behind Star Wars: The Force Awakens. One of the final markets was Australia, where the film opened on New Year's Day 2016, earning $2.6 million in its first week. Critical response: the review aggregation website Rotten Tomatoes reported an 87% approval rating and an average rating of 7.1 out of 10 based on 197 reviews, making it the highest rated film produced by Blue Sky Studios. The site's consensus states the Peanuts movie offers a colorful gateway into the world of its classic characters and a sweetly nostalgic, if relatively unambitious, treat for the adults who grew up with them. On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 67 out of 100 based on 31 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews. On Cinema Score, audience gave the film an average grade of A on an A plus to F scale. The Hollywood Reporter's Michael Rechtshafen found the film to be especially praiseworthy, feeling that Charles Schultz would have been proud of the film, though he criticized the use of Trainer's song and an otherwise good use of um, Garaldi's themes with Beck's score. Peter de Bruges of Variety gave similar sentiments, especially praising the animation of the film. Alonso Duralde of the Rap felt the film made a nice transition to 3D, saying that while the film might not reach the um, melancholy, of earlier films, it nonetheless respects the importance of failure and disappointment that Schultz always included in his storytelling. He did, however, feel that Peanuts purists would take issue with a few things in the film, such as seeing and hearing so much of the little red haired girl, who was always off panel in the comic strip. The Peppermint Patty acknowledging that Snoopy is a dog and not a child with a big nose. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So Pete Hammond from Deadline Hollywood admitted his trepidation trepidation, um, about translating the characters from 2D to 3D, but enjoyed the film overall, only criticizing the amount of fantasy sequences involving Snoopy. Brian Truitt of USA Today gave the film 3 out of 4 stars, proclaiming the film is all about simplicity, and what the plot lacks in nuance and complexity is made up for relatable characters whom people um have spent lifetime. Excuse me. Yes, lifetime. Where is it? Yeah, spent lifetime. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Spent lifetime. Where is it? Where I leave off? Where is it? Spent a lifetime watching. Excuse me. Yes, there it is. The movie is a testament to Charlie Brown's place in pop culture and a showcase for a new generation bound to fall in love with its um, peren- perennially insecure star. Neil Genslinger from the New York Times named the film an NYT Critics Pick, calling it the most charming and the most daring experiment in human genetics ever conducted. However, he also showed concern for the modern children's audiences who may or may not only know the Peanuts gang from the holiday specials. Scott Mendelson from Forbes was more critical of the film, saying there was nothing objectively wrong with the Peanuts movie, but as he personally was not a fan of the Peanuts comic strip, um, that made him anti Charlie Brown, loathing each time Charlie Brown failed in the film. Joe McGovern from Entertainment Weekly was also not as receptive, giving the film a grade of C plus, and criticizing the animation, stating, "Even if you assume that Schultz always wanted his frozen pond reflecting lustrous light and Snoopy frolicking in a lavish Hey Yao um, Miyazaki world." The animation steroids injected into the aesthetic here nonetheless shrivel the great um, melancholy that's so key to the comics endurance. Now we go to the accolades, awards, and nominations. So the African American Film Critics Association, Steve Martino won for Best Animated Film. And we go to the Annie Awards. So Craig Schultz, Brian Schultz, Cornelius Giuliano, Paul Feig, and Michael J. Travers got a nomination for Best Animated Feature. B.J. Crawford got a nomination for Outstanding Achievement in Character Animation in a Feature Production. Steve Martino got a nomination for Outstanding Achievement in Directing in an Animated Feature Production. Alex Garfin got a nomination, and Hadley Bell Miller both got a nomination for Outstanding Achievement in Voice Acting in an Animated Feature Production. Austin Film Critics Association Awards. The Peanuts movie got a nomination for Best Animated Film. Black Reel Awards. Um, Mar Walker got a nomination for Outstanding Voice Performance. Critics' Choice Awards. Steve Martino got a nomination for Best Animated Feature. Chicago Film Critics Association Awards. The Peanuts movie got a nomination for Best Animated Film. Steve Martino got a nomination for Best Animated Feature Film. The Peanuts movie was in fourth place for Best Animated Movie. Um, it, the Peanuts movie also got a nomination for Best Animated Feature, and this is from the 2015. What is it? Hold on, the Golden Globe Awards, 2015 Golden Tomato Awards, and Houston Film Critics Society Awards. Um, so we go to the Hollywood Music and Media Awards. Christopher Beck won for original score animated film. Better When I'm Dancing got a nomination for original song animated film. Online Film Critics Society Awards. So Steve Martino, Craig Schultz, Brian Schultz, Cornelius Giuliano, Paul Feig, and Michael J. Travers got a nomination for Best Animated Film. So um, Gwendolyn Yates Whittle, and PSE Randy Tom got a nomination for Best Sound Editing, Sound Effects, Foley, Dialogue, and ADR in an animation feature film. So that's the Golden and of course, we go to the Movie Guide Awards. The Peanuts movie got a nomination for Best Movie for Families. And the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Of course, the Peanuts movie got a nomination for Favorite Animated Movie. Producers Guild of America Awards. Craig Schultz and Michael J. Travers got a nomination for Best Animated Motion Picture. Um, go to the San Diego Film Critics Society Awards. The Peanuts movie got a nomination for Best Animated Film. And San Francisco Film Critics Circle Awards. The Peanuts movie got a nomination for Best Animated Feature. And we go to the Satellite Awards. The Peanuts movie Best Motion Picture Animated got a nomination for Best Motion Picture Animated or Mixed Media. And we go to the Saturn Awards for the Peanuts movie again. It got nominated for Best Comic to Motion Picture. St. Louis Gateway Film Critics Association Award. Um, Steve Martino got a nomination for Best Animated Film. The Village Voice Film Poll. The Peanuts movie was in 11th place for Best Animated Film. And of course, it got a nomination for Best Film. Washington, D.C. Film, no, excuse me, Washington, D.C. Area Film Critics Association. Steve Martino got a nomination for Best Animated Feature. As for the future, as for the future, although the Peanuts movie has been described as a success, and Fox was reportedly interested in making a sequel and turning the Peanuts movie into a franchise, Fox only had the rights to make one Peanuts film. Schultz's widow, Jean, has indicated that a sequel is not imminent, stating this one took 8 years, so maybe we'll talk again then. So, remains to be seen, man. And um, never say never. You never know what might happen. So you never know what might happen though. You know what I'm saying? Um, you never know what might happen. So yeah. So yes, Peanuts, the Peanuts movie, it sounds like it did pretty good in the box office in second place. Yeah. To Spectre. So yeah, like I said, never say never. You never know what might happen. So there you have it right there. All right. Let's go to hold on a second. Here. Let's go to TV show checkouts right here. Let's go to TV show checkouts for a second here. Um all right, hold on. All right. You know the routine of this segment right here. We go over TV shows that's already out. We go over new TV shows that's already coming out or whatever that already came out. But speaking of which, In the Dark is an American crime drama television series created by Corinne Kingsbury for the CW, which debuted as a mid-season entry during the 2018 to 2019 television season. Okay, so this is the cast goes Perry Matfeld, Rich Sommer, Brooke Markham, Casey Diedrich, Keston John, Morgan Krantz, Tamala, um, and and Paul Wana, Derek Webster, Kathleen York, Theodore Batt, Matt Murray, Marianne Rendon. Um, yes. So, um, fortunately, it did 4 seasons. So let's get into all this. So on January 30th, 2018, the CW ordered the show to pilot with Michael Showalter to set to direct. In May 2018, the show received a series order. The series premiered on April 4th, 2019. Um, in April 2019, the series was renewed for a second season that premiered on April 16th, 2020, and January 2020. The CW renewed the series for its third season, which premiered on June 23rd, 2021. In February 2021, the series was renewed for a fourth season, which premiered on June 6th, 2022. In May 2022, it was announced that the fourth season will be its last. Oh wow. Um yeah. Yeah, that's gotta suck though, man. Hold on. That's gonna suck though. Hold on 1 minute. Let me get my water real quick. All right. All right. Okay. Now we go to reception. Critical response on a review aggregated Rotten Tomatoes. The series holds an approval rating of 73% based on 15 reviews, with an average rating of 7.16 out of 10. The website's critical consensus reads Perry Matfield is compelling as an amateur sleuth in the dark, although the series' recycling of mystery tropes and questionable treatment of physical handicaps may leave some viewers with a dim impression. All right. On Metacritic, it has a weighted average score of 54 out of 100 based on six critics, indicating mixed or average reviews. Okay. And I'm not going to go over the ratings with you folks right there, so I'm not going to go there. So that shit got canceled. So that's unfortunate. And we go to Bulletproof. I'm gonna go to Bulletproof. So here it is. Bulletproof is a British police procedural series created by and starring Noel 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 Clark and Ashley Walters that first broadcast on Sky One on the 15th of May 2018. Produced by Vertical Films and Company Pictures, the series follows NCA detectives and best friends Aaron Bishop and Ronnie Pike Jr., who investigate some of the country's most dangerous criminals, including traffickers, drug dealers, and armed robbers, while being overseen by their boss, Sarah Tanner, played by Lindsay Colson. Yes. So Noel Clark, Ashley Walters, Christina Chong, Lashana Lynch, man, man deep, man deep Dylan. Oh shit. David Elliott, Jason Maza, Carolyn Goodall, um, Clark Peters, Lindsay Colson, Lucy Shorthouse, Olivia Chenery. Oh man, wow. Oh man. So, okay. The series was co-wrote, co-created and principally written by scriptwriter and director Nick Love, who was approached by to work on the series following his work on the remake of The Sweeney. Walters and Clark commented to Deadline Hollywood that the series was inspired by films such as Lethal Weapon and Bad Boys, quoting that the humor and funny moments come from all the relationships between the characters. The series opening theme of All Goes Wrong was also personally chosen by Clark and Walters. The series was released on DVD on the 23rd of July 2018. Worldwide distribution is handled by Sky Vision. On on the 19th of June 2018, the day of the series one finale, a second series consisting of episodes was confirmed. Sky TV announced in December 2019 that the second series would air on the 20th of March 2020. Further in August 2019, it was announced that a new three-part special would be broadcast in autumn 2020. The special began airing on the 20th of January 2021 with all episodes released for on-demand viewing. It sees Bishop and Pike journeying to South Africa to investigate the country's criminal underworld. Um, on the 15th of January 2021, 5 days before the third series premiered, Bulletproof was renewed for a fourth series. The series was set to consist of 8 episodes. Filming had been scheduled to begin later in the year. However, following following allegations against Clark in late April 2021 of sexual misconduct and bullying, filming was suspended, and makers Vertigo said they would investigate whether any of the allegations related to their productions. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. In May 2021, the series was officially canceled by Sky One, which sucks. Okay, so this is ridiculous, man. Um, okay. So Bulletproof premiered in the US on the CW in August 2019. The series returned to network for the second season in June 2020. And then the following year for the third season in March 2021. The series was pulled from the network streaming and on-demand platforms on the 30th of April 2021 after the allegations against Clark were revealed. In Australia, the series premiered on Foxtel on the 1st of September 2019. In Canada, the series premiered on Showcase on the 30th of September 2020. Of course, there's Bulletproof, The Interrogation. On the 3rd of April 2020, Sky TV released Bulletproof, The Interrogation, an interactive film in which Clark and Walters reprised their roles from the original series. Created through Charisma um, AI software, the viewer is able to interact with multiple characters through typing and using their microphone. The aim of the film is to try and prevent a captured serial killer from killing his next victim. Well, that really sucks that it got canceled. That really sucks right there, man. Okay, I want to go to the where you can actually watch the Charlie Brown cartoon series and stuff. So it's a great. So in honor of Halloween, I wanted to actually review this actually. So it's the Great Pumpkin. Charlie Brown is a 1966 American primetime animated television special based on the comic strip Peanuts by Charles M. Schultz. Um, okay, yes. Okay. A Halloween special, it was the third Peanut special, of course, the second holiday themed special following A Charlie Brown Christmas, to be produced and animated by Bill Melendez. The special features music composed by jazz pianist Vince Guaraldi, whose contributions include the theme song Linus and Lucy. It was also the first Peanut special whose title used the pattern of a short phrase followed by Charlie Brown, a pattern which remained the norm for almost all subsequent Peanut specials. Its initial broadcast took place on October 27th, 1966 on CBS, preempting My Three Sons and tied Bonanza as the number one broadcast in that week's Nielsen TV ratings, which is still fucking outdated. The original sponsors were Coca Cola, which had been the original sponsor of a Charlie Brown Christmas, and the Dolly Madison brand of baked snack food. Dolly Madison continued to co sponsor the Peanut special on CBS for many years. The special was nominated for a 1966 Emmy Award. CBS re aired the special annually through 2000, with ABC picking up the rights beginning in 2001. It aired annually on ABC during the Halloween season until 2019. From 2006 until 2019, ABC usually aired the special twice, once in a truncated format during a half-hour time slot and once in full during an hour-long time slot, filled out with an abridged version of the 1972 special "You Are Not Elected, Charlie Brown." Wow, wow. Hold on, hold on. Okay, okay. Beginning in 2020, Apple TV Plus became the exclusive home of all Peanut specials. The special is also aired on Family Channel in Canada since 2018. In 2021, the special returned to broadcast television on PBS and PBS Kids stations as part of a partnership by Apple and PBS. It aired at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Pacific Time on October 24th, 2021. It would be the only time the special aired on PBS, as the network could not renew the agreement for 2022. Apple will allow non-subscribers free streaming in 2022 from October 28th to the 31st, which is today. Um, the program has been issued on home video several times, including a remastered deluxe edition of the special released by Warner Home Video, on September 2nd, 2008, with the bonus feature "It's Magic, Charlie Brown," which was released in 1981. To celebrate its 40th anniversary, a retrospective book was published in 2006. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. The making of a television classic includes the entire script, never before seen photographs, storyboard excerpts, and interviews with the original child actors who provided the voices of the Peanuts game. A history of the program and the various religious interpretations of Linus' sincere belief in the Great Pumpkin are explained in the 2015 book, A Charlie Brown Religion, published by the University Press of Mississippi. Hmm. All right. So voice actors, let's get to it though. Peter Robbins as Charlie Brown, Christopher Shea as Linus Van Pelt, Kathy Steinberg as Sally Brown, Bill Melendez as Snoopy, Sally Dreyer as Lucy Van Pelt, Gabrielle De Faria as Pigpen, Glenn Mendelsohn as Schroeder and Shermie, Anne Altieri as Violet Frida, and Lisa DiFaria as Peppermint Patty. Schultz did not wish to make Charlie Brown's response of "I got a rock" a running gag. As such, he only wanted it as a one-shot joke where Charlie Brown only gets a rock at one house. Melendez suggested it happen 3 times, although executive producer Lee Mendelsohn disagreed. He was overruled. According to Schultz in the retrospective TV special Happy Birthday, Charlie Brown, after the program first aired, bags and boxes of candy came from all over the world just for Charlie Brown. Critical response. Yeah, excuse me, reception. Executive producer Lee Mendelsohn told the Washington Post that the sequences with Snoopy flying his doghouse was one of the most memorable animated scenes ever. He also said that all of the Peanuts TV specials, I believe it's time, The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown is Bill Melendez's animation masterpiece. Um, Production, okay, with sponsors. Similar to the earlier A Charlie Brown Christmas and Charlie Brown's All Star specials, it's the Great Pumpkin was sponsored by Coca Cola and Dolly Madison Cakes. These sponsor tags were replaced in later broadcasts and edited out of the VHS and DVD releases. In the music, the score was performed by the Vince um, Guaraldi Sextet, featuring Guaraldi on piano, Monty Budwig on double bass, Colin Bailey on drums, John Gray on guitar, um, Ronald Lang, Ronald Lang on woodwinds, and Emmanuel Klein on trumpet. It was orchestrated by John Scott Trotter, arranged by Guaraldi and Robert G. Hartley. All the music was recorded on October 4th, 1966 at the Luz Gower Street Studio in Hollywood. The Peanuts franchise signature tune, Linus and Lucy, is featured prominently 3 times. During the cold open sequence, when Linus and Lucy prepare a pumpkin to be a jack o' lantern, as Linus mails his letter to the Great Pumpkin, and when Lucy wakes up at 4 a.m. to take Linus home from the pumpkin patch. Guaraldi's theme for the special Great Pumpkin Waltz is the first heard when Linus is writing the Great Pumpkin at the beginning and plays throughout. The World War I songs played by Schroeder while Snoopy dances are it's a long way it's a long way to Tipperary. There's a long, long trail. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag. And Roses of Picardy. Guaraldi historian and author Derek Bang. Hold on a minute here. Who's this? Yeah, shouts to Matthew Lawrence. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Derek Bang commented that the music Guaraldi composed for the special empathetically established the Peanuts music group personality, adding that the version of Minus and Lucy featured during the cold open was arguably the best arrangement that Guaraldi, ever laid down, thanks in great part to Ronald Lang's flute counterpart. Craft Recordings released the complete soundtrack album from the special on October 12th, 2018. Um, so yeah. Previously on Great Pumpkin Waltz was released on the 1998 posthumous compilation album Charlie Brown's Holiday Hits, as well as Guaraldi's subsequent cover version released on the Warner Brothers Records release, All Good Grief. Following criticism, Kraft Recordings reissued the soundtrack in August 2022 using newly discovered original master tapes without sound effects from the television special. Um, the special was released on RCA's Selective Vision CED format in 1982, along with the specials You Are Not Elected. Charlie Brown, it was a short summer Charlie Brown and a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. It's the Great Pumpkin. Charlie Brown was the first released on VHS by Media Home Entertainment in 1985, and High Tops Video in 1988 as part of the Snoopy's home video library set. This version included editing of the trick or treat scenes to limit the scene to just the first house, and also removed the entire sequence of Schroeder playing World War One era songs. Paramount Home Video later released the special in its entirety on VHS on August 17, 1994. It was re-released by the studio on October 1st, 1996, and reprinted on October 7th, 1997. It was released on DVD on September 12th, 2000, and You Are Not Elected Charlie Brown as a bonus special. At the Warner Brothers, at the Warner Home Video had obtained the off-air rights to the Charlie Brown library of TV specials. They released a new DVD released under the new remastered deluxe edition line on September 2nd, 2008. On this DVD, the bonus special was It's Magic Charlie Brown, and it included a new featurette. We Need a Blockbuster, Charlie Brown. A Blu-ray DVD combo pack was released on September 7th, 2011. Excuse me. Excuse me. September 7th, 2011, with the same features as well as the Warner DVD. The feature was released on 4K UHD and on October 10th, 2017. Okay. All right, let's get to hold on a minute here. Now there's a TV show that you usually think about called Charmed. Um so let me see how much time we got here first before I begin. All right, so Charmed is an American fantasy drama television series created by Constance and Burge and produced by Aaron Spelling and his production company Spelling Television, with Brad Kern serving as showrunner. The series was originally broadcast by the WB from October 7th, 1998 until May 21st, 2006. The series um, narrates narrative follows a trio of sisters known as the Charmed Ones, the most powerful good witches of all time, who use their combined power of three to protect innocent lives from evil beings such as demons and warlocks. Ooh, that's pretty scary. Each sister possesses unique magical powers that grow and evolve, while they attempt to maintain normal lives in modern day San Francisco, keeping their supernatural identities separate and secret from their ordinary lives often becomes a challenge for them, with the exposure of magic having far reaching consequences on their various relationships and resulting in a number of police and FBI investigations throughout the series. The series initially focuses on the three Halliwell sisters, Prue, Piper, and Phoebe, played by Doherty, Holly Marie Combs, and Alyssa Milano from How I Met Your Mother. Following Prue's death in the third season finale, their long lost half sister Paige Matthews, played by Rose McGowan, assumes her place within the Power of Three from season 4 onwards. Okay. So, yes, Shannon Doherty, Holly Marie Combs, Alyssa Milano, T.W. King, Dorian Gregory, Greg Vaughn, Greg Vaughn, Karis Page Bryant, Brian Corius, Julian Mahahan, um, Rose McGowan, Drew Fowler, and Kelly Coco. All right, so Charmed achieved a cult following. Oh my gosh, man! Why do you again with the word cult? All right, man. Anyway, the popularity on the WB with its first episode, something wicker this way comes, garnering 7.7 viewers, breaking the record for the network's highest rated debut episode. The show's ratings, although smaller than rival shows on the big four networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox, were a success for the relatively new and small WB network. Charmed went through several time slot changes during its 8 season run. For the first for its first 3 seasons in the Wednesday, Thursday, 9 p.m. time slot, Charmed was the second highest rated series on the WB, behind Seventh Heaven. During its fifth season, the show moved to the Sunday 8 p.m. time slot, where it became the highest rated Sunday night program in the WB's history. At 178 episodes, Charmed was the second longest drama broadcast by the WB, behind Seventh Heaven. In 2006, it became the longest running hour long television series featuring all female leads before being surpassed by Desperate Housewives in 2012. The series also received numerous awards and nominations. In 2010, the Huffington Post and AOL ranked um, Charmed with their joint list of the top 20 magic supernatural shows of all time, while in 2013, TV Guide listed the series as one of the 60 greatest sci fi shows of all time. Charmed has also become a source of pop culture references in film and television, has influenced other succeeding television series in the same subgenre. The show's success has led to its development in other media, including a video game, board games, soundtracks, novels, and a comic book series, which served as the continuation of its narrative. According to data research from the NPD Group in 2012, Charmed was the second most binge watched television series on subscription video on demand services such as Netflix, a reboot series of Charmed featuring different cast members and characters premiered on the CW on October 14th, 2018. Okay. Um, all right, let's go to the reception. The earlier seasons of Charmed received mostly favorable reviews from television critics, with its first season scoring a Metacritic score of 61 out of 100 during the first season. Entertainment Weekly writer Ken Tucker, speaking on the comparisons between Charmed and rival series, argued Spike heeled where Buffy is fleet-footed, Charmed is Charlie's Angels with an Ouija board, um, as well as the show's action sequences describing the Hollywells as superheroes. He noted that the series plays up the stars' separate but equal charms and admired both its casting and pop culture timing. Vanessa Thorpe of The Guardian agreed with Alyssa Milano's description of Charmed as perfect post-feminist girl power, praising the balance between action and emotion as the three sibling sorcerers known mischief, but are excessively feminine. Entertainment Weekly critic Karen L. Barr labeled Charm as crafty oh gosh, man, cult classic, and in her retrospective review of the first season, wrote that it remains spellbinding thanks to its proper balance of quirky humor, Buffy-esque drama, and Shannon Doherty character Prue. Angelica Bastian of Bustle magazine commended the strong female characters and felt that the show resembled Xena Warrior Princess um, more than Buffy due to its mix of drama, wacky humor, intensely layered mythology, and feminism like vibe. During the third season, Michael um Abernethy Abern Abernethy of Pop Matters praised the well choreographed action sequences, respectable acting, and believable sisterly relationship between Milano, Dorothy, and Holly Marie Combs. Abernethy um, credited Charmed as more enjoyable than most shows in the good versus evil genre, largely due to the strength of the performance, and noted that despite the Monster of the Week format, um, the writers tend to explore the sibling dynamics to keep the show from growing redundant. Crystal Lore, also from Pop Matters, agreed that episodes go beyond the demon of the week formula to tap into the relationships of the characters and their flaws. Charm succeeded by combining sisterhood with the supernatural. Lore also claimed that the Hollywells struggle for normal lives, stability, and a sense of a self is one of the reasons Charmed strikes such a chord with its viewers. The AV Club's Kayla Kamari, um, you had Hayaya, described the fourth season as one of the grimmest seasons of Charmed, following Dorothy's departure and her character's death, informing the overall tone. You you had Hayaya also praised the smart decisions the writers made of how they introduced a new sister into the series, calling the transition Charm's greatest accomplishment that opened up whole new avenues for grounded emotional storytelling. During the sixth season, Gillian Flynn of Entertainment Weekly described Charmed as a guilty pleasure fantasy that is inherently cute and incredibly simple. Flynn also praised the comedic acting between Milano Combs and Rose McGowan, adding that selling this kind of comedy takes a certain gameness, and the actresses have got it. The latter seasons of Charm also received a mixed reception from um, critics. Bustle's Bastian felt that after Dorothy's departure, Charm got pretty bad, noting that the show lost track of its core theme of witchcraft and sisterhood by bringing in mystical fairy tale beings and focusing more on soap opera type plots and the sisters' love lives. um, um, yeah. Let's see. Similarly, BuzzFeed writer Jared Weaselman agreed that after Dorothy's exit, Sean veered into slightly absurd yet no less entertaining territory, noting that McGowan's addition ushered in a wave of increasingly campy episodes. The AV club's You Had High yeah, felt that the latter seasons got too complicated and campy by focusing too much on the magic and not enough about the themes that grounded the show earlier on. Okay, Becca James, also from the AV Club, felt that the show should have died the same time Dorothy's character did. Hugh Armitage of Digital Spy believed that Charm began to feel very self indulgent towards its stars in the latter seasons, noting that the character driven storylines were replaced with gimmicks, such as the reviewing outfits worn by the sisters, particularly both Milano's and McGowan's characters. Heart of Glass magazines, Christina Adams felt that the felt that after creator Constance M. Burgess' departure from the show, executive producer Brad Kern ruined it by focusing more on the magic and making a cliche magical world, a world with the introduction of nymphs, Greek gods, Valkyries, Egyptian gods, um, magic school gnomes, and ogres. Oh man. Adams further added the storylines were less thought out, and the sisters' outfits were becoming more and more revealing. Nick Romano of Screen Crush wrote that the storylines became wicked ridiculous and the dialogue became too cheesy, particularly in the season eight. In season eight, John Langmed of Pop Matters believed that Charm slipped markedly in seasons seven and eight, noting that the final season lost appealing elements such as smart casting and attention to relationship drama of the show's earlier seasons. Langmead also disliked the introduction of Kelly Cuoco and Marnette Patterson in the eighth season and felt that Cuoco was constantly painful to watch. DVD verdicts Ryan Kiefer also felt that Cuoco joining the show was a poor choice by the producers and commented that season 8 failed to recapture the glory days of the first few seasons. Um, It also, okay, so Charmed has gathered several awards and nominations. The show was nominated for one TV Guide Award, two International Horror Guide Awards, um, three Teen Choice Awards, three WAN Awards, and seven Ratty Awards. Holly Marie Combs winning Best Science Fiction Lead Actress in 2003. It was also nominated for three Saturn Awards, including one Best Network TV Series nomination for its first season and two Best Actress on Television nominations for Shannon Doherty in 1999 and 2000. In 2001, Charm won a Cable Guide Award in the United Kingdom for favorite sci-fi fantasy series. The series also won a certificate of merit at the 2003 Edge Awards for the season 4 episode Muse to My Ears. In 2004, Alyssa Milano was nominated for a Spacey Award in Canada for favorite female TV character and in 2005, she was nominated for favorite television actress at the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Award. That same year, Rose McGowan won the award for favorite sister at the Family Television Awards. Charmed also received recognition for its young guest actors, having been nominated for 5 Young Artist Awards, with Alex Black winning once for his role in the season 4 episode Lost and Bound. Um, let's see. Let me see. Yeah. Let me see. Let me go to. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on a second. What did I do here? Um, cultural impact. I think I'm going to actually 1 second. Let's see. All right. Let me see. All right, I know what to do. All right. All right. So, Charm was the first primetime television show about a coven of witches, following the broadcast of the season 8 episode "Paybacks of Witch" in January 2006. Charmed became the longest running hour long series in American television history, featuring all female leads. However, this accolade was surpassed in 2012 by Desperate Housewives, which also lasted for 8 seasons but aired two more episodes than Charmed. In 2000, Cult TV placed Charmed at the number 44 on its list of the top 100 cult TV shows. In 2007, AOL TV ranked each Sean one on its list of the top TV, which is Piper third, Phoebe seventh, Prue ninth, and Paige 12th. In 2010, HuffPost TV and AOL ranked Sean at number 10 on their joint list of the top 20 magic supernatural shows of all time. And in 2013, TV Guide placed the series on its list of the 60 greatest sci-fi shows of all time. um, in 2012, 6 years after its original broadcasting, Charmed was found by the NPD Group to be the second most binge watched television series on subscription video on demand services such as Netflix. After Charmed ended, there were never any other long running shows about witches to rival shows about vampires and zombies. In, in 2013, Rhodes of the, of the New York Times referred to Charmed as the last successful witch TV series, while BuzzFeed writer Jared Weaselman wrote that no subsequent witch series have been able to replicate Charm's success. Many witch themed shows since Charmed ended have been canceled after 1 or 2 seasons. 2013 to 14 seasons saw a resurgence of witches in new shows. The originals, Witches of East and Salem, and in the third season of American Horror Story titled Coven. In an interview with E! Online cast member Alyssa Milano stated that she believed the success of Charmed helped pave the way for these witch-themed shows, saying, I feel like networks are trying to replicate that. The growing trend of witches on television that year, as well as Charm's success on Netflix, prompted CBS to develop a reboot of Charmed, which did not get picked up at the network. However, the CW later developed a different reboot series, which premiered on October 2018, featuring different cast members and characters. The Witches End East End was noted by critics for its strong resemblance to Charmed, um, as both shows are about a sisterhood of witches battling evil and live in similar houses. And its executive producer Maggie Friedman has acknowledged. Other witch themed shows that have been compared to Charmed include The Secret Circle, and Hex, which was described as the UK's edgier, oversexed response to Charmed. Eastwick was noted for its surface similarities to Charmed, as it also focused on a trio of witches, which led director David Nutter. Oh shit! Oh man, Nutter. Oh shit! To come out and say that Eastwick was not a clone of Charmed. The season 4 episode of Smallville titled Spell also received comparisons to Charmed, as it focused on three of its main female characters who get possessed by a trio of the 16th century witches. Charmed and popular culture. Shit, that's a lot, man. Anyway, let me see. Let me see what else we got to review. What else we got to review though? You know what? I'm gonna just stop right there, man. I'll review the rebooted Charmed in a future episode actually. So I think that's gonna do it. I think that's gonna do it for episode 93 titled Curiosity right here. Um okay, here's the deal. You like what you heard in today's episode or any previous episodes whatsoever, you can feel free and you are more than welcome to make a charitable donation to my Cash App, which is G Money Stacks 555. That's $ capital G, lowercase MONEY. Um, and and capital S, lowercase TACKZ 555. Once again, it's not about having a lot of money. It's all about doing the best you can on whatever amount of money you decide and and you're comfortable with will be appreciated. So there it is, man. There it is. Actually, let me get to the video game chamber for a second. Let's get to the video game chamber for a second, though. Let's get to that before we wrap up here. All right, so let's get to the video game chamber real quick. Actually, so let's get into it right about now. Forgot about that right there. Hold up. Before we even get to the video game chamber, I'd like to do a little quick side note here in regards to the Arrowverse no is no more. So this is according to Screen Rant right here. So just as you and Arrow spin-off series focus on John Diggle leading a team of young heroes is still in development, but that is not what the Arrowverse calls for right now. While the Arrowverse seems to be heading towards its ending with The Flash season 9, a new DC TV show that would seemingly take place in the Arrowverse is currently in the writing stage. Deadline first reported that Justice U was in development in January 2022, but not many updates followed. Now, David Ramsey confirms that Justice U is still happening, which may come as a surprise given the current status of the Arrowverse. After the cancellations of Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow and the reveal that Superwoman and Lois was never actually part of the Arrowverse, The Flash is the only Arrowverse show still on the air. However, it has been confirmed that The Flash season 9 will be the show's last, which means it will also be the end of the Arrowverse as audience know it. Um, Still, despite everything pointing to the Arrowverse is ending after 11 years, Justice U is still happening. The problem, however, is that a John Diggle spinoff series doesn't fit the current status of the franchise as the Arrowverse pretty much no longer exists. The fact, in fact, it's possible that Justice U is not even part of the Arrowverse as Superman and Lois introduced a non-Earth Prime John Diggle. The concept of Diggle's leading a team of young heroes would have worked much better when the Arrowverse was still still at its prime. One of the signature traits of the Arrowverse shows was how the main heroes would often work with a team of supporting characters, many of whom were superheroes of vigilantes themselves. From major DC comics figures like Roy Hopper and Wally West to lesser known names, and even original characters, there was no shortage of psychic options during the height of the Arrowverse. A Justice You type of show, if developed a few years ago, would have had far more options to form a team of young superheroes. As a comparison, you get Legends of Tomorrow never had a problem rotating its cast because it would often borrow characters from other Arrowverse shows. The fact that Justice U is still in development um, gives hope that the Arrowverse can continue despite the many cancellations. Still, if the Arrowverse is to continue, it will need more than Justice U, a spin-off series focused on original characters and lesser known young superheroes. Is simply not enough of a draw to revive an entire franchise, even if it features one of the Arrowverse's most important characters, John Diggle. A show in the style of Justice U would be a solid addition to a larger set of Arrowverse shows, similar to how Legends of Tomorrow combined many worlds into one show. Essentially, the news of a John Diggle spin-off series would have been far more exciting if the other Arrowverse shows were still on the air. The Arrowverse's biggest hook was how many different shows were able to connect, and how even the most unlikely crossovers were possible, such as Justice U um, by itself would not hold much meaning to the Arrowverse, not to mention how it could be part of Superman and Lois Earth and not technically Arrowverse. Given that Diggle's most recent appearance in the DC TV show was in Superman and Lois, that option cannot be disregarded. The, the CW's next superhero series, Gotham Knights, would have no connections with the Arrowverse, which goes to show how the network's DC TV plans have changed. Wow. All right. That's gotta suck though, man. And let's see. Let's get to all right, let's get to the thing, man. Let's get to the hold on a second. Let's get to the upcoming games. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Um hold on a minute here. Um one second. One second. One second. Mhm. Let me see. Hold on a second. Yeah, that gotta suck. That has to suck that the Arrowverse is disappearing. That really does, though, man. It really puts a cramp on DC. And yeah, no, I don't know, man. Like it really depends on what's gonna go down. But let me get to the game. Upcoming games that's coming out. Let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to look for it though. Trying to look for it. Look for it. Hold on a minute. Damn. All right. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Where did I go here? All right. So we in November. We in the November phases right here. So okay. So um Okay, so I did go over Resident Evil 2. So let's get into some more upcoming stuff that's going on. So we have Tactics Ogre Reborn, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Switch, PC coming out November 11th. Valkyrie Elysium, PC November 11th. Also on PC for November 15th is Floodland. Pentiment, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and PC November 15th. Smurfs Kart, Nintendo Switch, and Somerville for Xbox Series, Xbox One, PC, and also Wise. What is it? What is it? 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. I will go over that in the next episode. So, I'm gonna just stop right there I'm gonna stop right there. So, I'm gonna go to the next segment right here, and this is going to be what is it? Stream choices on the go. Let's do this, man. I gotta hit the bathroom. I gotta hit the bathroom real quick. Hold on. You know what to do. You like what you heard. New episodes, previous episodes, and stuff like that. All you need to do is go ahead and show some love by following Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast on Instagram, and alongside with my other shows, which is the Sports Edition show of Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, Off the Meat Rack Chains New York podcast with 201 episodes on Facebook and Instagram. And alongside myself is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Turn on your notifications for more updates on when you can find out when each episode is going to be dropping. Now, um, I'm going to go over where you can listen to the episodes, starting with Anchor, Audible, Audacity, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, and Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts. Leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify as well. And of course, you can listen to Meticulous Rogers podcast review show episodes on Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcasts. Alongside with following my other two shows that's on there as well, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, Off the Meat Rat Chains New York podcast as well. And of course, don't forget and make sure you grab that subscribe button for me on the Meticulous Values podcast YouTube channel. Um, you know, click on that noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. Leave a like and a comment. Upcoming episodes, previous episodes, more video content. Share the videos, share the episodes, download these episodes, listen, stream, watch these episodes as you catch up, and of course, tell a friend to another friend. And of course, share the episodes, share the podcast actually, with the link that says Linktree / Meticulous Values podcast, where I just listed. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like, rate, and all the other stuff. Share the podcast with your wives, husbands, girlfriends, boyfriends, friends, and everybody else whatsoever. I'm going to wrap this up right here. This is G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for listening and rocking with me. The grind doesn't stop. New York wasn't built in a day. And of course, you gotta earn. In order for you to get something, you have to earn it. And of course, be sure to actually tune in next time in the next episode. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace and one love, and enjoy your Halloween. Peace.